Hi everyone, welcome to the monthly reading for the collective for, what month are we on? November 2023. You guys know the deal. Please like this video. Please subscribe to this channel if you haven't already subscribed. And please share this video with anybody who may enjoy it or need to hear from it, need to hear a message from it. I would love to hear if it resonates, you guys. So down below, put any comments, any questions that you have, any feedback, all that good stuff. So I love interacting. So you guys know what to do. All right, so I am using the same 4 decks. I'm using the same spread that I used for the weekly. I just changed it up for this past week, and I have a different order for these decks, I'm pretty sure, for the most part. Okay, guys, let's just jump right into it. I am not going to continue to talk. We're just going to see what November has in store for us, and let's begin. All right, need Broken Arrow, embrace the energy of peace. Okay, so we need peace. That's great. Pretty straightforward on that one. So we really need to embrace more calm energy, more peace, more calm, peace, I'm getting like, I want to say like less erratic behavior, less neuroticism, just very much calm and collected type energy. And that's what we need. There's not too much I can actually say about that. So I'm going to move on. Action needed. So far, so good. We need peace. Let's see if we get it right. Action needed, not for you. Okay, interesting. So not for you is about passing up on opportunities that aren't for you. So action needed, meaning that we need to learn to say no. That could be part of finding peace, right? There's, when we say find peace, it could mean a bunch of different things. Finding clarity, for example, could be finding peace. But saying no and saying no to opportunities that don't align with you. So this is telling me that, I don't want to say be careful, but it definitely does feel like there are going to be opportunities that come through for us that aren't necessarily for us. So you guys are really gonna have to use your intuition. And this makes sense because I believe the last card for the week, for this week, was use your intuition, use your instincts, okay? And so it's already feeling like that's gonna be a theme, even though the card's not directly saying that. As you guys know, I read intuitively. So, it definitely does feel like we're going to have to use our intuition to really figure out what opportunities are for us and what aren't. Spirit just keeps saying, like, you'll know, but I definitely do feel like there's multiple happening for us, and you might actually have to turn down multiple opportunities that don't align for you. Whether the timing's not right, or if it just doesn't feel right in general, which is basically your intuition saying, no, this isn't the right opportunity for me. A lot of it feels like, I feel like we got this card. Did we get this card in the last month, guys? I never remember, but the 6 energy, we may have gotten 6 energy, 9 energy. 6 for me means responsibilities. So it could also mean like turning down extra responsibilities, whether that's at work, and maybe you feel like, it's not a good idea, especially if you're trying to move up, at work or something like that, or is trying to expand your business, whatever it actually is. But it is aligned for you to say no, basically, is what Spirit is saying. But it could also be anything to do with family, because 6 does represent family as well, family healing more specifically. So you could be putting down boundaries with family and that kind of thing. So this actually may have come up in a weekly a couple weeks back. So that could also be it as well. That why it's feeling familiar. That energy is feeling familiar. So use your intuition, guys. But I definitely, no doubt, feel like there's going to be a couple opportunities that we have to say no to. And is it going to disappoint you? In a way, I feel like in a way. But you know what's right for you. You know what's aligned for you. And so any opportunity that is really aligned for you, but maybe the timing is not exactly there, or it doesn't exactly feel right for you, it will come around if it's meant to be. So you guys have to understand that. And I feel like a lot of you guys need to hear that to make your decisions, okay? All right, let's move on. Issue Liberator, freeing yourself and others from outmoded beliefs, releasing negative thought patterns. Okay, so this is about feeling free, the Liberator. So some of you guys feel imprisoned a little bit, and that's going to be the issue, is finding more ways to feel free. Super broad, because feeling free could mean a lot of different things. Freedom of choice, freedom of peace, freedom of time, space, energy, all of those things. So wherever it actually pertains to you, and obviously this is for the collective, so there's a lot of you guys out there. It will be different for everybody, but there are ways that you're trying to set yourself free. Emotion, you guys know I talk about emotional freedom a lot. That could be part of it. And so I definitely do feel like you're moving in that direction, but you're having issues with it for sure. Let me pull challenge, since I put these three together, because they really kind of all do represent what we might have issues with. Challenges and changes. Challenge yoga. Okay, so yoga to me means just a practice. We haven't gotten something like this in a while, meaning like some type of spiritual practice of some kind. Yoga to me, the energy that I'm getting with this is like being zen, being present, all of the things, being, I guess it could bring peace, but it just feels like that's going to be a challenge. Being present, being, the word evolved is actually kind of coming up as well. So there's really going to be, this feels like an emotionally heavy month for you guys already. Because it's like we're trying to break free and we're having issues with that. Like we're trying to move in that direction, and it feels like we're imprisoned in some type of way. This could be because it's coming off the 6. I mentioned responsibilities already, and now I'm really interested to see what comes up in this slot here with the responsibilities. Is we might feel like we're not free due to responsibilities, but there is an emotional component kind of wrapped up in everything. I hope this makes sense to some of you guys, and this is the reason why I like when you guys comment, is because I'm picking up on the energy and trying to explain it as best as I can, but sometimes it needs to be spoken out loud, and it needs to become a little bit more grounded with examples with your own lives. So that's why I love to kind of hear how it resonates with you guys and how it manifests for you. So anyway, yeah, it definitely just does feel like we're having challenges in the area of being present, being, becoming evolved, moving forward, being calm, that kind of thing, because we do need peace, but it looks like that might be a challenge. Okay, let's see what change has to say. We have protection, guardian, drop your shields. Okay, so this is about putting down walls. Okay, so this will change. So walls and boundaries are different. This isn't about boundaries. This is about being too strict with people. This is about being too strict maybe with your own rules. Seeing a lot of like rules, responsibilities, that stuff coming in. That's kind of the challenge here. Like it almost feels like it's an underlying, it's like an undertone of all of these different energies that are kind of coming in. So this, to interpret this, it's like putting your walls down with people, and maybe responsibilities. Like maybe you have been super strict. And don't forget, in the weekly we had that by the book card, which is, I think it came under surprise actually. So where we be really strict and rigid. So this could just mean that this month we're kind of like letting those walls down and that kind of thing. And we're, I don't want to say like breaking the rules, but we are becoming a little bit more fluid and a little bit less rigid is the best way I can kind of say. So that's changing, and that's changing for the better. I feel like it's changing in a more positive direction, is that we're kind of letting down those walls. It could be boundaries. Walls and boundaries are different, but I don't know about you guys, especially my people pleasers out there. If you feel like all you do, if you're in a healing journey, sometimes we get like really, really strict up front with our boundaries because we've never set boundaries before. And so they do kind of mimic walls because they're so strict, basically. So that could mean that as well. That can mean that as well, but we're definitely letting more people in. That's definitely what's changing, and it's going to be for the better, and it's going to be for the more positive. So I don't see that as a challenge. The challenge is like moving through the emotional piece of things. That's how I feel, and feeling more free. But that definitely does help. That at least we'll be feeling more free in that aspect pretty I kind of want to say like easily, like this is probably the easiest part of the week so far. Obviously, I have the rest of the spread to go, but dropping your shields and putting those walls down is going to be something that is going to kind of naturally happen for you, which is good. And hopefully it'll help with the rest of the stuff. Okay, what do we need to focus on? Co-creating. Okay, so it's a great month for co-creating for sure. So this says focus on that. So if you've wanted to do a project that actually involves other people, or involves just someone else, or even this could even be interpreted because you always co-creating with the universe, something that's really aligned with you purpose-wise, passion-wise, soul purpose, passion-wise. It's definitely something to focus on. You'll get far for sure this month. So it's already kind of telling me that our money, finances, and career is going to be a good month for that, which is amazing. We already saw with the weekly that networking was a big part of the week, at least like the first week of November. So that's great. So that aligns there. So yeah, I'm interested to kind of see what happens right here in this slot here. So let's just keep going here. What do we need to reflect on? King, shadow, excessive feelings of entitlement, rulership without restraint. Okay, so this is abusing our power in some kind of way. So reflecting, a good journal prompt for this week would be, where are we abusing our power? This is interesting when it comes with what I'm feeling up there in that first row with us kind of fighting back against responsibilities, trying to feel more free. So this does tie into that, where maybe we are so strict on rules for other people, because when the king is in the shadow, it's not about empowering others, it's about controlling others, and coming from like an entitlement kind of place. So we really need to heal this, work on whatever's like happening there to really help us with this first row here, because it's not a good look. Is the best way I can say it. Is the best way I can say it for you guys, because it definitely does feel like it's not great, and it's definitely holding you back. It's part of the reason why you're having a hard time moving forward. Reflecting on how your leadership is poor is another way to kind of say it. How you're trying to control others. And that's another way to not feel free, right? When you're controlling others, you're not really free. You're trying to control the outcome, and that could get you crazy. And I did mention the word neuroticism earlier, because that feeling came through, and it's like neuroticism is like extreme anxiety, extremely neurotic, where it's like anxiety just taking over, and so we don't want that. So and it's preventing us from going forward. So and it makes sense too with that challenge card, where we're trying to be more zen, trying to be more present. You really can't be that way with all the neurotic energy that's kind of coming through, and controlling energy that's coming through. Okay, let me move on here. Responsibilities. Okay, interested to see what comes out here. See the other person's point of view. Interesting. Okay, so that is your responsibility of the week, is just to see another perspective, see another, look at things differently. So I don't feel like, when it comes to the responsibilities that I'm feeling up here, it feels like actual, like it feels more tangible and physical or environmental. Sometimes I like to say, like things like you have to take care of somebody and you have to pay your bills. Like those to me are like more tangible type responsibilities. You have to do this, you have to do that. Like things that, maybe you run your household, you've got kids and, you're responsible for a lot. Obviously, if you're a parent, you're responsible for a lot. So it could be a very overwhelming week for parents, for example, but with this card, it almost feels separate. So it's interesting. This is basically saying, like, don't forget to see the other person's point of view. It's just kind of random, not necessarily connected. Well, nothing is random, right? But it just, what I mean to say is it feels separate from the feelings of responsibility. Like it feels like responsibility in a different type of way up at that first row. So not really connected there, which is interesting. Money and finances. We have seer, see beyond the current situation. All right, we have 2 shifting perspective cards in a row. And when it comes to money, finances, and career. Okay, so not only is it good to co-create and focus on that, it also is good to see things from a different perspective, to get ahead work-wise, to get ahead money-wise, to get ahead finance-wise. So seeing things differently. So maybe a different, oh gosh, I can't think of an example right up front, but maybe seeing things differently at work will help you envision a different way of getting a task done, for example, and that actually helps you get ahead. Maybe it's something that you've been trying to figure out for like a long time. So basically another way to say this is like, it's going to help you strategize differently is like a good way to kind of say it, because if we are seeing things differently, yeah, we're changing our mindset about it, but that helps us change the way we approach the strategy around it. I hope that makes sense and I'm not confusing you guys more, but changing your strategy by seeing things differently and co-creating are absolutely really important things for money, finances, and career. Okay, what do we have next? Surprise, what do we have going on? Observer. Okay, so under surprise we have observer. Observer means being removed from the situation. So some of you guys out there are going to have a situation. I'm not feeling like it's relationship based or career based. It feels, I guess, a little bit more personal, whatever that means to you guys. But you're going to be observing maybe your own behavior, for example, and not necessarily reacting on something or participating in something. Again, could be tangible for some of you guys out there in the collective, meaning like you're not participating in something, you're just watching it from the outside. This could be removing yourself from drama of some kind or removing yourself from the situation, like that kind of thing. That actually kind of does make sense with these 2 cards about seeing other people's perspective. It's not necessarily about acting on something. It's really about like shifting the mindset. And so observing the mind, from an outsider's perspective, makes sense that it would be next to these things, but next to these energies. But I think that would surprise a lot of us is not reacting to, whatever it is, applicable to you that's going on in your life. Friends, what do we got with friends? Don Juan, spotlights your positive seductive qualities. Okay, so this is, this could have a few different things that are coming through, a few different meanings. One, this could be, and this is a little specific, so again, guys, let me know down below if this resonates with you, if this happens or whatever. You can come back to the video and, let me know if anything transpires or manifests, halfway through the week, towards the end of the week, that kind of thing. But this is about some of you out there have a friend that turns into something more. Or you find yourself like randomly flirting, or somebody randomly flirting with you that has always been platonic. There's this emphasis on a platonic relationship that could go beyond that in some type of way. And you know what? It's not neutral. It feels positive. Like it's actually going in a positive direction. I do want to say I'm getting like this level of awkwardness that might transpire for some of you guys. I laugh because I feel like awkwardness sometimes is my middle name. And sometimes that does happen when we blend the lines between something platonic and something romantic, but it definitely does feel like the lines might be blurred this week with the people that we would, normally not necessarily be blurred with. So there's that. And again, I feel like it's positive, like it's going in a positive direction, and it's not like going to ruin any friendships or anything like that. Obviously do what feels right to you guys. Don't listen to this and say, oh, I'm just going to do it because, this reading says this. Please listen to your own intuition. If it doesn't feel like it's something that, a line you should cross, don't cross it. But it almost just feels like naturally it's going to happen. Like you'll find yourself, like even just like something as silly as like, well, it's not really silly, but, like flirting with a friend or having some chemistry with a friend that you really never knew was there, or, is just starting to transpire or something like that. So that's interesting for sure. Let's actually see what romantic connection says. Freedom. All right, we've got freedom. So we have that liberator card. So we're trying to get free. We're trying to find peace. We are trying to find enlightenment. We're trying to evolve. We're trying to be present. So there's all these things that are, we're trying to emotionally free ourselves. And so it definitely does feel like the spotlight here is that it's coming up in romantic connection, is that this stuff up here might be pertaining more to your personal relationships, and some of you guys obviously romantic connections. So definitely just trying to find more freedom in any way that you can, but it's supported this week, this month especially, because I feel like the universe, guys, these readings are basically picking up on the energy that we can all work with. So basically the spirit is saying, if freedom is what you want, and since that's kind of coming up as like the major theme here, it's like you can have it, and especially in your romantic connection. So some of you guys, and some of you guys are out there are single, maybe it has something to do with, researching or doing something different as far as like relationship dynamic goes, or something along those lines, like something that makes you feel more free, maybe negotiating the terms of your relationships, different things like that. It really manifest differently. Maybe some of you guys are giving yourselves, and again, I actually feel like this is, so everything so far leans more positively, meaning like all of these things are happening because they're moving you to more of a positive place. Like it's going in a good direction. It's trying to move you forward. So even if it feels like we're not moving forward, it's still positive. So an example that I could give you right here is maybe you just recently moved in with your significant other and you're finding that you don't have any space freedom, right? Like you don't feel like you can come and go as you please. Like you feel like you're walking on eggshells. One person's messy, one person is neater, and it's not working out, and you like move, you guys decide not to live together, but not, break up the relationship. I'm giving that as an example because that's something that people would look at as stepping backwards, but it's not. It's really positive and moving you forward because it's giving you more freedom. It's giving you the space to have that you need, and it's giving you, anytime you gain more freedom, it's a positive thing. That's what Spirit is trying to say. So for some of you out there who are maybe in a situation that's similar, that feels like you're moving backwards, but you gain more emotionally, then it's positive. So just keep that in mind, okay? Hopefully that makes sense for you guys. Health and wellness, what do we have going on? Are these supposed to be switched? I think I might have the order. It doesn't matter. This is definitely health and wellness. Okay, I'm confusing myself. I think I had them mixed up. But health and wellness, star ancestor, follow the voice of your soul. Not shocked. We have an intuition card coming through because, like I said earlier, we need to be able to use our intuition first and foremost and go in that direction of what is not for you and what is for you. And obviously follow the voice of your soul to figure that out. And like I said, feels like this stuff up here is more relationship based, but obviously it's bleeding into your own personal life with wellness and health. So do what feels good for you, health wise, wellness wise, follow your intuition, as simple as that, okay? What's important? A lot of things are important, right, guys? Blessed. Okay, so first thing I noticed about this card is the 22 jumps out. 22 can mean a lot of different things. It can mean balance, but it could also mean relationships. Okay, so to me, the relationship part is jumping out to me, blessed within relationships. So yes, it feels like our relationships are, I don't want to say the most important thing this month, because like I said, we've got these really great cards that are really focusing on money, finances, career, and moving forward. But this definitely does feel like having some gratitude for our relationships and being blessed for our relationships, and just feeling like, all the, appreciating all the blessings that we have, like that kind of thing. So it is important to at least spend some time in gratitude in that way. I always think it's a good idea to spend some time in gratitude, doing a gratitude list, that kind of thing. But it's especially important for the month, okay? All right, and then we have overall outcomes. So let's take a look, guys. Advocate, inspires you to put compassion into action. Okay, so to me, this feels like being like your own advocate, for example, or advocating for a specific thing, putting compassion behind action, basically. So I definitely do feel like it's a more action-oriented month, meaning like it's not a passive month. Sometimes I describe things as inaction versus action. This definitely does feel like action, like we're getting stuff done, we're moving forward. Like I definitely do feel like maybe ambition isn't the right word, maybe motivation isn't the right word, but maybe passion is better. Maybe, but like I can feel the desire of the collective to move forward, okay? That's the best thing I can say. And the fact that it's advocate is it's saying that we're putting that passion behind things that are important to us, okay? And that's also how we're like moving forward. So how I can how I can connect that to the first card is in that first row up there is we can't move forward and we can't focus on the things that are important to us if we don't feel like we're free. If we don't feel like we're in the right state of mind, if we don't feel like we can move forward. So all of those things are helping us, again, if there's a theme here, the theme, I think you guys get it already, but I'll just repeat it and hone it in, is to really move forward in a way that really makes you feel more liberated, okay? In all aspects of your life, essentially. And so the advocate for me, inspired. There we go. Maybe not motivation, maybe not ambition, inspired in your passions. Like this is all setting you up to be more inspired, to feel more inspired, to do the things that you want to be doing is the best way I can kind of say it. So it's really, November is really kind of seems like it's setting you up for that, to like move forward into that. And that's amazing because we obviously have one more month left in 2023. And so I think I've said this before, if you guys haven't heard this before, New Year's Eve and New Year's Day, it's like my favorite time of the year. It's just so, we're moving into a new numerology year, you know, and it's just like, I love the idea of a clean slate and a fresh start. And that's what it feels like. And it's pretty normal because usually the last quarter of the year kind of gives you a little bit of a preview of what's to come in the following year. So I love this, that it's ending with, you know, the overall outcome is like kind of setting you up to be more inspired, because I haven't really gotten a lot of that energy in the last weeklies and the monthlies and that kind of thing. Most of the time you guys are like kind of like in your old life versus your new life, and you're somewhere in the limbo, and some of you have gotten out of it, some of you haven't, but it does feel like as far as the collective goes, as the majority is, we're really moving out of that and we're moving into a more inspiring passion and purpose led existence, which is beautiful. And man, I could cry thinking about that because I would love that. I am so tired of healing. The healing journey never ends though, right guys? But I would like something else to take up more of the energy, if you know what I'm saying. And it seems like most of you guys are on the same page, and it will be happening. So yay. So, okay, amazing reading, honestly guys. So I'm excited. So the only thing I would say is, like, if I could pick out like anything that feels a little bit more negative, it's really the reflect, okay? And this is just making sure we're getting out of our own way, and we're not, the entitlement, the controlling type energy, that has to leave, okay? We need to work on that. So don't forget to work on that this week. But other than that, feels good. Little bit of issues becoming free, but that, you have all month to work on it. I feel good about it, meaning like, I feel like it, does transpire by the end of the month. So don't worry too much about that. You'll be working on it. I believe in you. So, okay, beautiful souls, I will see you for the next weekly, and obviously next month for December, the last month of the year. And I hope this resonates with you, and I'll see you next time, you guys. All right, bye.